Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to the respective judges, teachers and friends. Have you ever heard of the story of the empty pot? Well, I guess not. So, just sit tight and listen to my story entitled The Empty Pot. One day long ago, the king of China announced a contest to find the next ruler of the land. He was getting old and had no sons to take over the throne. It was different then, and only a boy could rule the land. One thing about the king is he loved to grow plants. So he announced that any boy who wanted to be king would have to come to the palace and get a royal seat. And in 6 months, the boy who grew the best plant would be the one to win the contest. He would be the next to sit on the throne. Every boy in China was wild with joy. One boy, named June, was quiet. He knew he was good at growing things. All summer long, June was working hard at pulling weeds or moving plants from here to there, so they could grow better. On the big day when the royal seat were to be given out, each boy took home his royal seat, held tight in his hand. At home, June took out a good flower pot. He set down large stones on the bottom. Over them, he set smaller stones. Over those, he filled the rest of the pot with rich black dirt. Then, he made a hole at the top, about 1 inch deep. Last, he pressed the royal seed into the hole and set dirt on top. With care, he tapped the top. Over the next few days, Jun watered his pot every day. All over China, boys were doing the same thing. Each one looked with care at his own pot. Day after day, Jun watched and waited. Chen was the first boy in Jun's village to announce that a green leaf was coming up. Chen said in a loud voice that he knew he would be king. Soon sprouts were popping from pots all over the village. Boys moved their baby plants outside, so the little leaves could grow even bigger in the sun. Why? It seemed to June that every boy who planted a seed had a sprout by now. Every boy, that is, except him. He carefully took out the seed and moved it into another pot. He put the very best and richest black soil from his garden in the new pot. He broke up every clump of soil there was into a tiny bit of dirt. With great care, he pressed the royal seed on top. June watched the pot every day, adding drops of water here and there, but still, his seed did not grow. Strong, mighty plants were soon rising from pots cared for by the other boys in June's village. Sadly, June walked around with his head down. The other boys laughed at him. When something was empty, they would say it was as empty as June's pot. June moved his seat yet again. 6 months passed. The day came when all the boys needed to bring their plants to the palace to be judged. Hundreds of other boys cleaned their pots till they shone bright in the sun. What will I do? Wailed June to his mother and father as he looked out the window. The other boys were walking with pride to the palace. My pot is empty. My seed did not grow. Bring the king your pot the way it is, said his father. That's right, said June's mother. You did the best you could. His face red with shame. June carried his empty pot on the road to the palace. At the palace, all the boys lined up, holding their big, strong plants in front of them, waited to be judged. The king, in his rich silk robe, walked slowly down the line. He looked at each plant with a blank look on his face. When he came to June, he frowned and said, "What is this? You brought me an empty pot?" It was all June could do to keep from crying. "If you please, Your Majesty," said June, "I tried my best. I planted your seed in the best soil I could find. I kept it wet and watched it every day. When the seed did not grow, I moved it to new soil. And I even moved it a third time. But it just didn't grow." June hung his head. "I'm sorry." Said the king, turning so everyone could hear he roared. "I do not know where all these other boys got their seed. There's no way anything could grow from the seed we passed out for the contest. And that is because all those seeds had been cooked. No plant could grow from them." And he smiled at June. The moral of the story is honesty. With that, I thank you.